Now we are getting serious, folks. Now we have come to a stage in the relationship where we are asking the big questions, right? We are asking the questions, do I do or do I not do? Do I commit or do I not commit? That's the stage of the relationship. What do you do now? When you say I do, when somebody pops the big question, that's the stage we are talking about. What are we talking about? Welcome to Conscious Relating, where we are trying to explore the stages of a relationship and how a relationship can progress for you in a way that is leading for conscious growth in your life. That's what the object of any relationship essentially is. And we are talking about intimate relationships predominantly over here in this series. So, conscious relating. Why do I use the word relating? Because it is an ever evolving process through life. It's not like you make the commitment one time to a person to get married or to stay with the person, to have children with them, or whatever it is. You're still evolving. So is the other one. Okay. So we have now arrived at the fifth house. The fifth house is where you find your unique identity within all your relationships, predominantly in this case with your significant other, with your lover, spouse, etc. So what is the fifth house? Fifth house is your gut center, the navel center from the chakra point of view. It's your creative identity and your connect to others. This is the most crucial one. This is like a bridge. This is the bridge between upper worlds and lower worlds. This is your spiritual bridge. Your spirit connects to others in the physical realm of things from here downwards. Okay, everything from here downwards, this center included, is what you have experienced in the past life. We'll come to that. What does the fifth house stand for? It's an identity, your physical identity as it has played out on earth. It's the bridge, others versus self. Who is the self? The other significant. Who is your lover and what's their identity and what's your identity? And when you both come together, what should be the goal here? How should this play out? That's what we are trying to unpack. It stands for discernment at the higher level. It stands for judgment at a lower level. What's the difference? Discernment is you understanding that the other person is coming from the other place. You observe. And you observe. That's it. Judgment is saying they are this, they are that, or they are being like this, or they are being like that. That's the lower realm of things. That's what we are working through. Everyone is working through this. It stands for creative intelligence. We are talking from the astrological point of view here as I'm pointing, right? This side is the astrological point, that side is the chakra point. We are trying to merge the two. We are trying to make a understanding in a holistic way. Okay, taking both Vedic astrology and taking the chakra point of view. This is how the energy moves. Those white arrows you see coming up and going down is moving in all the chakras. That is why one kind of area of thinking feeds on to other areas or what we think about life also. Think about this. Fifth house also stands for education, for love and romance. Let's unpack this now, okay? Number one here, the points. So what does it get? What does the fifth house has? It has ancestral energy. You're born into a particular ancestral line, a family lineage, which has its own baggage of karmas. Your karma also was superimposed on top of that. There's first of all the ancestral karma, then there is your karma. What you did, all that is packed from here downwards, all the way fifth downwards to the, as we go down the chakras, okay, fifth, seventh and eighth. Past life karma. What do you think of yourself, your talents, your inherited DNA, your cellular structure, what is composed as your life experience in totality? Because all the past lives are being carried in your DNA and within you personally. And so is your ancestral and family lineage, both the father's and the mother's side. And so is the other person. You see how complex this will get. Number two, others and you. Who is the other significant other? Who is you is determined as discernment in this chakra. in this fifth house. This is the discernment. Like I said, lower aspect of discernment is passing judgments on another. It's funny these days in social media, people go around talking about things like, don't judge me. Well, don't judge me is also a judgment on the other. You are judging me is also a judgment. People don't realize this. They are contradicting themselves all the time. Being in your boundary, more within you, observe, learn more about what you can provide and serve. Not judge and blame others, because judgment leads to blame, and then it leads to fight, and then it leads to disagreement. See how the two unique identities, even though they have come together for the purpose of clarity, for the purpose of expression, for the purpose of heart connection. First three we are taking has already happened, by the way. Okay, we have now moved on to the fifth stage of commitment, wanting to get married, wanting to have children. This is of a lot of interest, especially to the women folk, because they are committing a lot of their body, mind, soul to the other person. If a woman has to have children with another man, she has to literally birth children through her body, through her womb. This is a big ask, right? That's why women are more serious about relationships than men are in general. Because the commitment level required on the part of a woman is right at the bodily level. This is huge for any woman, and it's natural, and it's the way it's supposed to be also. So, being within your boundary, what do I mean? Means in any relationship, you are always required to be you. When you honor that, respect that, when you educate yourself, which I'll be talking about next, about yourself and your own creativity, only then you can respect the other, support the other, provide for the other. You, without working on yourself, will not help the other. Then it will lead to the lower aspect, the judgment. Okay. Number 3, education. Fifth house also stands for education from astrological point of view. So what does it come from? The word education comes from educare. It should be educare there. Anyway, spelling mistake. Educare means in Latin to bring out what's within you. What's inside you, you bring it to the outside. That's what education comes from. Meaning, even to your intimate relationship, you need to bring what you have within you outward as your creative intelligence, as who you are as a unique identity. The uniqueness has to be there in all factors. Fifth house is all about uniqueness within yourself. Okay, recognition and working in cooperation with the God. I'm jumping ahead. Wait a minute. Ability to learn about you, sharing your learning with your lover. Learn from them also. You're constantly learning here. It's lifelong, not just college degrees and PhDs, okay? You're learning lifelong through life experience. Remember we spoke of in the earlier series somewhere. Soul is here just for expansion and for experience. That's all the soul knows. This is the vehicle, this physical body and all these chakras and all the rest of it put together is a vehicle for you to carry that out. Okay? Creative intelligence, fifth house, a big one of fifth house is creative intelligence. Your talents, what is your innate talent? What are you here to explore? What are you here to create? We are here to create something, every single one of us. And this body and this lifetime is going to push you towards what you want to create. You'll always be seeking that because fifth house is very strong. You need to feel it in your gut, in your belly. That's where the creative intelligence lies, in your belly. Because to create in this physical dimension, you are here to experience the physicality of things, not just be abstract. Dig into what you're here to create with your partner. Now you're talking you with your partner. You have uniqueness, so does the other. Recognition and working in cooperation and collaborative environments. Now a healthy cooperative or collaborative relation or relating will work in terms of I know myself and what I am here to bring, and you know what you are here and you are here to bring. And that's fine. That has healthy boundaries within it. That has got growth and potential for greater expansion of love itself. Okay? Brings us to the fifth house, love and romance. This is the center where you love another in a healthy way. That's the healthy form of love and relationship. You love being you and you love them being them. Okay? You're not trying to convert something to somebody else. This is a big mistake people make. Man or woman or whichever genders hardly matters. People make the commitment, come together in a marriage or in a relationship, and they are constantly trying to change the other to meet their standards of living. They are trying to change the other person's personality to meet where they are. That's never going to work. Each one is unique, each one is separate, each one will always be separate. So you are trying to work within yourself, learn from the other, teach the other, learn from them and teach yourself, and you're still growing as individuals. So love and romance in this case does not become merging into another as identity. Be very careful of this. A lot of this goes on. When you try to start merging your creative identity, the fifth chakra, the Naval Chakra, and your fifth house in astrology, when you try to start merge with the other person, you are losing in essence who you are. And if the other person walks away or goes, or if there's a divorce or something like that, or if you feel kind of separated from the other person or your spouse or anything through years, what is it meaning? Well, your identity is trying to pull you back towards yourself. You are not the other person. Doesn't matter what songs you sing, doesn't matter where life goes or how it goes. There are too many unpredictables there for you to sit and control about this. Don't try to control this. You cannot control the others. You are here to just love them as they are. If they seek assistance, they come to you. If they don't, they don't. Right? You are here to find unique identity, your unique identity. Only when you do that, you discover the unique identity of others as well. It's like a poetic justice that goes on in the energy of this fifth house. Okay? Next, we'll talk about the seventh house, the big one, seventh and eighth. But remember, this fifth house onwards, fifth, seventh, and eighth are the bridge points to the physical reality. We should start from the top-down approach as we are doing, not from the bottom-up approach, which I'll wrap up in the last one. So keep watching. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.